Number one, this High Time Reviews. This is All American Homecoming, Season 3, Episode 2, Level Up. I'm gonna just go character by character for real. Nate, I need you to relax. I understand, you may miss Aunt Amara and all of that, and she allowed y'all to stay in her place, this, that, and the third, but you do not, I repeat, do not have to act like a house mother. Because all you're going to do is end up pissing everybody off just like you did in this episode. Yeah, so be chill. Be chill. Keisha. I peeped you last episode. I peeped you being shicey last episode. Stop hanging out with JR and not telling Cam. Okay? Because the first thing you did was you jumped out of bed and ran off with JR. To help him train and get his agility and shit back together. And then when Cam questioned you about it, you decided to gaslight that man with sex to act like he didn't ask you a question. Now, he played it up because he's still a man. Of course, he probably won't take the sex, but why'd you do that? And then later on in the episode, you had a nerve to, when he brought it back up, instead of just telling the truth, after you literally just said that y'all wouldn't keep no secrets with each other, you decide to tell another lie instead of just saying that it was JR. I'm confused, and I want to do Cam, but I feel like Cam ain't done nothing wrong this season, and he just gonna end up catching a stray because everybody want to be being sneaky. Now, Cam, you did fuck up when you didn't stand up for JR when Lando was basically trying to kick him out the sorority, even though he's already expelled, when they basically said that they didn't want to hang around him because he was expelled. That was a little fucked up, considering he had your back and he helped y'all keep your fraternity. That's messed up. That's messed up. And then you slipped up and you ran your mouth to Gabby later on in the episode, which was wild too. So telling his business, right? When you need to worry about why your girl lying to you and running around with JR and feeling like, even though all of y'all friends, it's a secret. Explain that to me, Cam, since you want to be so worried about everything else. Worry about that. JR, stop lying to Gabby. And stop inadvertently flirting with Keisha. Like, texting her, talking about you were great this morning. First and foremost, if anybody else misinterprets that message, it'll sound like you gave him a piece and you was good. Like, why are y'all secretly texting each other? Keisha, why are you lying? Keisha, why are you using sex to cover up the fact that you're hanging out with a friend that is friends with all of your friends? Why are you leaving your shoes in the middle of the floor at the opening of the door, giving Nate a reason to act like a bitch? See, people don't realize you do things and people react to those things that you've done. So, Keisha, stop kicking your shoes off at the front door and acting like you ain't hear somebody say, like, come on, let's keep the place tight, yo. Let's not, And then you slip up and tell JR's business to Cam about JR trying to revive the baseball team, which leads to Cam slipping up and telling it to Gabby, thinking Gabby already knew. Keisha, you being messy. And then you lied and said you was reworking your audition tapes. What's going to happen when Cam asks to see the tapes? No. And then here's another question. Why ain't JR number saved? When JR went to text her, it was said unknown number. Why? Because you're being sneaky. And then it's like when you do that, you're being sneaky. So you're coming off as a liar and you're not holding any type of accountability because of how you're carrying it in the house. Cool. Got you. All right. Let's see. Who else? Gabby. I'm sorry that all of this is happening to you. I mean, but not to say you brought some of it on yourself, but JR asked you to stop treating him like a patient. And you pretty much chose to continue to treat him like a patient. Yeah, I kind of want to give Gabby a pass, because she ain't really do nothing wrong this episode. She's kind of just trying to make sure her nigga don't die. But she should have read the room. Like, when JR told her, like, when she was trying to, like, make sure he had his medicine, and she like, did you take your medicine? And he was like, yeah, but you don't gotta do that, She was like, oh, I don't mind helping you with it. See, you feel that way now until you're constantly on high alert about the medicine and him being all right and all of that shit. You say you don't care about it. You say you don't care until you don't feel like doing it, or you don't feel like being responsible for him like that. So he's telling you now, like, let's just leave it alone. Let me take care of myself in that instant. And then we'd just be normal. Like, you were willing to break up a whole entire makeout session that y'all was having because you felt like he was overstimulated. As far as like his chest was beat and he might have been a little flush. Yeah, y'all rolling around in that little ass twin size bed. Like, I'd have been a little flush too. In the fucking dorm room, little ass twin size bed, rolling around. Yeah, I'm trying not to fall off this bitch. That's why my motherfucking heart beating out my chest. And you made it about his illness. And then took him out the mood. And then you felt the way. But not realizing that you were making him feel the way to ask him if he took his meds. And if that's why he was overstimulated. Y'all are literally were about to do it. Why wouldn't he be overly stimulated? I'm like, whatever. And then for her to sit there with Cam and get the news about the baseball and act surprised, I feel like even in that moment she was supposed to play it a little different. She should have acted like she knew for real. And then took the conversation back and had that conversation with JR, and they end up having the conversation, but she telling him like, look, I'm not willing to sit here and watch you chase baseball and die. And the fact that she was willing to lie, basically keep secrets and risk your life for it, she like, it's no different. And he reclassified as a junior just so he could play baseball one more year, bro. Who does that? Thank God Coach Marcus got your scholarship switched over to an academic, because how do you think that you just gonna just be there another year? Motherfuckers be trying to get out of college. You want to hang out because you died on the field and came back to life, and now you think that you should be able to play again? Bro, take it easy. All right? Like I said, so they end up having it out about that whole thing, and like I said, she got her points. But like I said, right after that is when he sent Keisha that message talking about, you were great this morning. And now you sending spite messages? That's how I know it's some underlying shit. And then she shouldn't have helped him with his surgery, because now they feel this weird connection to each other that they can't shake. Just like these two characters, Simone and Lando. They don't know what they want to do with each other. They're acting retarded. Lando has been pretty much shitting on everybody and sleeping around, because the frat brothers are literally calling him Lando. And he's literally sleeping with one of Simone's sorority sisters right now. When he sees Simone and the sorority sister together, he basically says to her like, oh yeah, she was sleeping with, she was dating one of my teammates. Like she wasn't dating you too. But you so bent hell, you so hell bent on revenge and shitting on her every chance you get. You forget that all of y'all knew about each other. You gave her an ultimatum. Now, granted, when she told him that she felt obligated to see the shit out with Damon because they had history, that was some wild shit to say. Because if you're saying that you love Lando, why did you feel obligated to be with that man who you're not even with now? And Lando was right to say to her, so you led with your brain and not your heart. in that moment, and you still expect me to be okay with you, and you want me to do voter registration with you, and you're lying just to get me here. So everybody's just lying on this episode. She's just lying and conniving and just being trifling. Like I don't understand. I don't. So Lando ends up telling her, like, I can't be friends with my exes, and Simone's not trying to hear it. And I'm just like, Simone, you cannot dictate how this man feels about the situation you put him in. But he needs to realize he told her to choose. You cannot be mad that she did not choose you. Now, you can be mad that she didn't choose you, then they broke up, and now you feel like she's playing in your face. And I think that's exactly what's going on with their situation now, because it's like now that Damon's gone, she's like super pressed for them to be friends. No, you just want... It's like she's a man eater, in my opinion. Like, because let's not forget that she was pregnant by another nigga when she claimed that Jordan was her baby father and let Jordan think he was her baby father up until she couldn't lie no more. Had Jordan beefing with the baby father. Like, come on now. But then Lando might look at the situation with her and Damon the same way Jordan looked at the situation with her and Damon. Like, oh, you know, now that Damon out here, oh, you want me. Whereas though, just like how Jordan had approached Damon, it was like, oh, now that me and Simone not a couple, you don't want her. You feel me? Like, it's like the flip side of that conversation. Cause it's like, now that Damon gone, you want me. But Jordan was saying that basically now that them two not a couple and she's not unavailable to you, you don't want her. You literally just gonna date her best friend. Kind of like what Lando did by dating one of her sorority sisters. But what did she expect him to do? Granted, I'm not saying sleeping with a whole bunch of women is gonna help him get over her, but it's like he has to deal with it his own way. Like, you know, so she's like trying to force him into this voter registration situation, and he's like, listen, they suppressing the shit out of our votes. Why would I or any of the students or student athletes at this school be worried about that when we worried about just trying to keep our sports? Because, ma'am, did you forget you opening your mouth? Granted, even though the baseball team was going to go anyway, I'm sure it helped move the process a lot swifter once you started opening that mouth of yours. So like I said, Simone, sometimes, just sometimes, you should probably just shut up. Nate, Simone, and Keisha end up having it out about the stuff at the house. Nate and Simone are beefing with Keisha about the fact that Cam be there when she not there, and he be running around shirtless. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Nate is mad at Keisha because she won't pick up her shoes and she keep making a mess in the house. And then Keisha mad at Simone because she won't scrape her dishes before she put them in the dishwasher. First and foremost, this shit is the most childish shit in the world. Because guess what? If that's how, what's her name, feel about it, if I was to come in and see her shoes right there in the middle of the floor, I'd just slide them to the side and go on about my business. Okay, Simone don't want to scrape that plate before she put it in the dishwasher. Guess what? That'll be the plate she eat off of, that crusty one. And Nate, you're not the house mother. It's not your house. I understand you feel like Aunt P left the house to y'all, blase. But you need to calm down because y'all are all adults. Worry about the space that you occupy. And then let them... Now, common areas, I get, you want to make sure common areas is clean, shit like that. Cool. But it's a different way to approach it. All right, cool. Let's just remember that, Nate, okay? So let's not talk about friends behind each other's backs just to get y'all point across about something that's not even that deep. Okay, let's do that, y'all. All right, so we get to the family dinner. And it's funny because Cam like, damn, Gabby not coming, Gabby not coming to dinner. And I'm like, well, Keisha like, well, you let it slip that I told you something and you went back and told her that I told you. And so now it's a whole thing. So why would she come to dinner? And she ain't fucking with JR right now. So why would she come to dinner? She has no ties to that dinner right now. So we learned that Simone and came up with this whole major that she created just so she can help Lando and JR revive the baseball team, as well as advocate for the other students who feel like their priority service with the facilities in the school that are usually priority for athletes are now priority for the entire school. So again, now Simone is about to take more steps to be in people's business. Lando shows up after the dinner. He's all like, oh, I got these people to sign up to vote for, for the voter registration, even though I don't care about voting. So now you're doing shit to just suffice her. Just like she went out her way to act like she agreed with your ideology on voting just to get a rise out of you. And you proceed to feed into it by sitting at the front door telling her that your love wasn't just basic, it was epic, and that's why he can't be friends with you. And she proceeds to invite him in, and he's like, no, I can't. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna just go. And then you walk away with your head down, trying to make her feel bad. I mean, granted, it worked a little bit because she closed the door and she was looking a little sad. So it's like, oh, well, y'all both is just playing games out here. But hopefully it works out for him. JR, Cam gets JR to intervene with the girls and basically gets Nate to apologize to the girls about smothering them, basically being like overly mothering to the girls about the stuff, the chores and shit in the house. And they apologize to each other. I felt like had Nate not apologized, I don't think any of them would apologize because they're all stubborn right now. Simone is stubborn because she don't want to accept the fact that Lando don't feel like being friends with her after she broke his heart and flaunted Damon in his face for a whole year. Keisha is a liar, and she's not even willing to tell her boyfriend that she's hanging out with a friend of theirs. And they say you got a boyfriend, but I feel like, why are you that sad about Aunt Amara not being there? Because like I said, if she wasn't, y'all wouldn't be living there. So just enjoy it. It's your senior year. Enjoy it. All right? I want to say that's the episode. Not much happened, honestly. It was a lot of now it's a lot of cat and mouse that's about to be going down with Simone and Lando and them reviving their love or whatever the case may be. JR better kiss and make up with Gabby. Either that or he better hurry up and break up Cam and Keisha's happy home. Something. I need something to happen. So you can't cancel a show and then the first 2 episodes be dry as hell and want the fans to stick with it. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to keep checking it out, though, because I don't think it's dry. I think it's going to have some shit with it for real, for real. So let's just wait and see. I don't want Gabby and Keisha beefing over JR because JR just not doing shit right. And then I don't want Keisha to keep lying to Cam about what she been doing. But listen, y'all, this High Time Reviews. We'll see what they do next week. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.